Hey everyone, welcome back. Yeah, we're back after a couple months of taking time off, but we're gonna come back at a reduced schedule here. Since the time that we've been off the air, everyone's, I'm sure, heard about what's going on over in Israel, and I got to tell you, as I was watching that whole situation play out, I was just going into a slow boil. You hear about what they did. I mean, you hear about the attack, and then you start hearing details of the attack. I've watched, Mac, I don't know about you, but I've watched a fair amount of video of what the Hamas terrorists did. And
yeah.
And
I have not watched a lot of video. I mean, I've been there, done that kind of. This is nothing new. Every time they attack Israel, Israel somehow has mercy on them and lets them live for another day. And then in another day, they attack you again.
Just sucks I'm not a young guy to go over there and try and do something about it. It's just, to watch the video just completely infuriated me. I mean, people were being gunned down in their cars.
Yeah.
Gunned down in the street. You know, gunned down on the street, and then their dead bodies were used for target practice.
Well, they're just this is what Hamas are lowlifes. They aren't fighting for any cause. They're Stone Age animals and barbarians.
Well, the point of me bringing up this topic is it's exposed a whole lot of things from a whole lot of different angles, and I'd like to start off with at least giving credit where credit's due, I'll say. And while I have never been a Nikki Haley fan, say, amen to some of what she was saying, I think she called up Israel and said, you need to finish them. And you know what? And that's exactly that's what they need to do. They need to finish them,
Right. Because otherwise it's going to be, let them heal up, let them get their shit together again, get their hands on a nuke, and then it really will be over.
Yeah. And then I'd like to mention Senator Marco Rubio, too. Code Pink tried calling him out. Did you hear about that?
No.
Code Pink tried calling him out, and he says, am I being recorded? And they said, of course, we are recording you. And he says, good. He goes, because Israel needs to completely annihilate them. He goes, and of course, Code Pink was trying to shame him, but Marco Rubio wasn't backing down. And then he kind of wrapped it up with, and I hope you got all that recorded, and I hope you play all that,
Well, I equate this to a man who rapes a woman, and then you tell the woman she needs to show restraint, and then somehow make the rapist, the man, the victim.
It's really exposed anti-Semitism, and I know we've had some commentary on some of the various platforms where the commentary has been anti-Israel, and what I have to say to those people is, fine, if you want to disagree with me, fine, disagree with me, and I'll speak for myself on this one. I am very pro-Israel, and I want Israel to gut them.
I do too. It's time for this to end.
And one commentator say something to the effect of, it's to the point now where, to be anti-Jew, it's equated to being anti-white, because you start, and this is when BLM started flying the Palestinian flag with their logo. I don't know if you saw that. So,
no surprise there.
I guess you could say, like, the lines were being drawn between BLM and the Palestinians or Hamas, so to be anti-Jew is to be anti-white, and that kind of stuff.
Well, they refer to them as white people.
Yeah. And then just last week, these university presidents from I want to get this right, Harvard, UPenn, I want to say, and MIT, and Representative Elise Stefanik, is that how you say her name?
Yeah, right.
I always have trouble saying her last name. I don't know why, but she says because some of these colleges had Jewish students that had to hole up or hide in libraries and whatnot. They went to the library and they couldn't even go back home because they'd be attacked.
Right.
And so Stefanik says, does this type of conduct violate? Because I guess a lot because like these PC universities have a code of conduct regarding bullying, okay? And and she goes, are they not bullying these people? And the one president goes, well, it depends on the context, And
when has it ever depended on the context before? This is the hypocrisy of the left at its finest.
And without naming the company where you and I used to work, when an employee was threatened, we were making a police report,
Yes.
and so but maybe we should have specified the context in which the threat had been delivered or something, but these presidents were saying something to the effect of, well, it all depends on the context in which these anti-Jewish remarks were made, and it involved the genocide. I was trying to think of the right word. They said, they were calling for the genocide of Israel, and they couldn't even these university presidents couldn't even condemn or going on protests and advocating for the genocide of Israel. And I guess the question became, well, what do they got to do? Do they really got to commit the act before their speech is considered a bullying or just what?
Yeah, let a student, let's say in a high school, get on Facebook and say, I'm going to shoot up my class. Hey, rightfully so, there will be action taken. They don't seem to think it's the same thing in this case when you're calling for a genocide, for God's sake.
Well, I just I'm very pro-Israel. I hope Israel finishes the job. The video and Israel did something that I think was really, really kind of needed. They had accumulated a 45-minute video, which they kind of consolidated all the video. And, a lot of it came from Hamas's GoPros that they were wearing. You got the story of the one Hamas terrorist. After he had killed this Jewish girl, he took the Jewish girl's phone and called his parents back in Gaza, saying, I hope you're proud of me. This is what I did, and I'm calling on the dead girl's phone, and bragging about it. I mean,
well, as I said earlier, barbaric Stone Age mentality.
You could throw into the mix medieval.
Well, that would be an advancement, I think. But yeah, okay.
But just I hope Israel sees this to its rightful conclusion. And shame on anyone who doesn't want to back Israel. And here's the irony here too, because like I said, this has exposed all sorts of things from all sorts of different angles. Biden has kind of come out, being in favor of Israel, but it seems like he's fighting his own staff.
Yeah, here's the thing that I want to remind people of who are watching this. They chant every day, death to America. What do they think that means, death to America? They want a genocide for us too. So you go
Oh
ahead and
yeah.
keep supporting them.
Well, I listen to Dan Bongino, and all the old timers know that. But Dan Bongino was saying, "Hey, they chant first we get the Saturday people, then we get the Sunday people." You know.
Yeah. What
Uh,
do you think that means?
yeah, yeah, really. Uh, but
Well, I suppose it matters what context it's said in.
yeah, really. But a sizable segment of the Jewish demographic group always tended to vote Democrat. I wonder if they still are, and if they do, where's their head?
Well, we've got Rashida Tlaib here in Michigan. She's pro Hamas. We've got Ilhan Omar. She's pro. These are pro. It's like, to me, it's the same as being a pro neo-Nazi.
Yeah.
It's the same mindset.
Anyways, I've ranted my piece. Whatever you might.
No,
Whatever you might have.
I'm in lockstep with you. I'm pro-Israel. I'm always amazed that on some of the sites you reference where we get a lot of blame the Jew comments. I mean, we could be talking about the Tiddlywinks Championship of the world, and if their team lost, it would be because of the Jews. Everything is because of the Jews. These morons need to go crawl back under their rock and go away. Certainly don't comment on our videos because you're just going to get blocked. Because I'm not going to listen to your bullshit. So yeah, I'm in lockstep with you. Any Christian ought to read, crack open your Bible, read Genesis 12:3, and the answer is there for you. It's all you need to know.
Yeah, without turning this into a sermon, in God's covenant with Abraham, he basically said, "I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curseth thee."
Yeah, and that's 12:3 that I just referenced.
So, and I've never understood supposed professed Christians, being so anti-Jew. I mean,
well,
I
we
don't know,
have Christians who hate Christians in this country.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right about that. So, okay, I'll keep ranting. So I guess we'll call this one a wrap. And we're back, but most likely we'll be back. We'll be doing a reduced schedule. So just a heads up, everyone. Okay, and sorry for all the confusion. All right. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.